I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Hi, friends, and welcome back to Campione Reacts. That's right. You are a champion today, and you can date like one as well. In fact, we're going to be talking about dating with intention today. And I know a couple of ladies who know what that's all about, and that's all they want to talk about, at least for this segment anyway. So let me bring in Nadia from Horror with Nads and the amazing Steph from My Nerdy Home. Ladies, how are you today?
Good.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're going to jump. All right. Me too. Me too. And we're going to jump right into it. Dating with intention. Here we go.
Dating with intention to marry, to have a family. My date is an interview. There are multiple red flags that I will not tolerate. So what do my qualifying questions kind of circle around? Those red flags. If you don't ask these qualifying questions in the beginning, if 6 months down the road, you learn this person and you just wasted 6 months. And guess what else happens? You will start settling. Dating for fun, that's it. Go enjoy yourself. Learn each other. Have fun. Maybe if it gets sexual, okay. Maybe you guys connect on a high level and you guys learn and grow together and you can become something a little more permanent. Dating with intention and dating for fun, two separate sides, the complete spectrum. Do not compare them.
Do not compare them. I agree with that 100%. There are two ways. We have people who date to date just because they're out having a good time or they want to eat. And then you have people who do it for a reason. And I'm sorry, when you get into your middle 20s, you should be dating for a reason. Let's have Nadia weigh in first. Dating for intention, dating with intention. What do you think?
I mean, I agree with him. There's two different sides of dating: dating for fun or dating with intention. And I hate to say, I was worried he was going to list off red flags like you should ask her your body count. You should ask this. All those guys do, and he didn't. But he's right. If you're going in and you want to have dating for fun, and I know some people who do that after they've been in a long relationship and they've separated and they decided, I'm going to cool it for a little bit. I'm just going to date for fun, just to get to know people. That's great. Lay out your intentions on day one. If you're dating for intent, such as like to get married and have a family, I think you need to lay out those intentions as well, because you don't know if the other person can line up with you on those.
Yeah, I agree. Steph, what do you think? Intention for fun? Where are you at?
Yes, I think that both of those things are two separate things. Don't conflate them. I agree with him. If you're dating with intention and you don't find something in common, but neither of you are there to reach a common goal, a common end goal, which is, marriage, then you've pretty much wasted your time. I agree with him there. If you're dating for fun, then you're dating for fun. You shouldn't be holding these men to certain standards as you would a potential marriage partner. You should understand that you are dating just to have fun because you are not ready or willing to get married anytime soon. You don't see yourself getting married in the next couple of years. Therefore, if you're dating for fun, then you can't, hold anything, or I don't want to say you can't hold anything against these men, but you can't hold them to the same standard as you would if you are dating to marry.
Yeah, and I would say and add one thing before we move forward, and that is you need to let the person know that you're dating, that you are changing gears so that you can see if they're going to be on the same page as you. Because if they don't know that you've changed scales and gone from fun to intention, you're not going to get what you want and they're not going to get what they want. It's going to be messy. So I think communication on either of those planes, or if they change planes, that's paramount. Let's move forward to see what we got coming up next.
If you're a girl, you need to understand that the number one way that a man stays in love with a woman is not necessarily how attracted to her he is, not necessarily how much effort she puts into the relationship. Ultimately, it all comes down to the number one love language for a man. And you may have never heard this before, but ultimately what it comes down to is respect. Respect is the number one way that a man will stay head over heels for his wife or for his girlfriend. Respect is everything for a man. When he feels disrespected, write this down, disrespect will repel him away from you quicker than anything else. You could not buy him dinner one night for literally 3 years straight. You could not buy him a Christmas gift for 3 years straight, but what's going to hurt him way worse than that is disrespect at the end of the day. If you're texting other guys, if you're hanging out with other guys one-on-one, if you don't respect him in public, you kind of bash his name down in public, whatever it is, that's the number one way that a man will fall out of love with you.
100%. Speaking as a man, Steph, I'm going to let you go first on this one. What do you think about what he said?
Oh, I agree with that. I agree with him. If you don't respect your partner, why are you even in this relationship? You should respect your partner. 100% you should. And it goes both ways, but I think that men value that a lot more than women do. Well, to a certain extent. Women don't like to be disrespected, but I mean, that's something different. I think women take it a lot different than men do, right? Like he said, you don't have to buy him presents, you don't have to like cook him dinner every night, you just have to respect him. That's why I don't understand like a lot of women who come on TikTok complaining about their men, because if you're bringing it out into the public arena, you are essentially disrespecting your man by doing that. You're telling everybody everything that's wrong with him instead of going to him and talking it out. That is a form of disrespect. Like you are disrespecting your man by doing that. So yeah, I agree with him. You should just respect the person that you're with, respect their feelings. And, women ask the same thing, like respect me, respect my space, respect my boundaries, blah, blah, blah. You should also respect his as well. So yeah, respect goes a long way.
That's fair. And you know what, Nadia, I'm sure you have more than a few things to say on this.
One of the worst things you can do to a man is humiliate him in public, is disrespect him in public, in a public space. And I would even put that over into your family as well. Like talking bad about your partner to your family and stuff. Maybe you have one person that you can like express to, like a best friend or something, but even at that point you can word things differently. You don't have to humiliate or disrespect your partner, especially a man. And if you love him enough, you're willing to work on the relationship, you can word it differently instead of painting this picture that he's like an idiot or a bad guy. And I agree with Steph. Too many women on TikTok go on to complain about their husbands or partners of what they didn't do or what they did do and they don't like it this way or how they irk them in some way. It's the worst thing you can do. And I don't know how some of these men stay with these women, especially when they do it on a public platform.
Oh, yeah. And I've been watching a lot of stuff that is seems to be happening fairly regularly. If you look at programs like Whatever or any of those other types of, public commentary programs, they're constantly showing people at their worst, and those people don't even know that they're acting out in the worst possible way. And especially when it comes in regard to their family members or maybe their partners, I'm like, oh boy, you were disrespecting that person in the most extreme way. I think that that's something that men don't tolerate, and not for very long. And it's only the super weak, and I'm going to say this, and never said it on the program before, beta males will actually tolerate that stuff. Yeah, and most ladies don't like the beta guys, at least not very long anyway.
Well, it circles back to what Steph said earlier about the fact that women want the men to be women in a sense, the personality traits, and men are pretty easy. Like, they don't want to be disrespected. They just want to solve problems. They're not going to be the person that like, oh yeah, that sounds horrible, or gossip with. When you come to them with problems, they just want to solve it for you because they love you and they want to, they're not your girlfriends. You want that. Just go to your girlfriends.
That's so true. On that note, I'm going to give you one more. By the way, all of these clips, gentlemen, were men, and next one is a man. Let's see what he has to offer. Oh, wait, maybe this isn't the one. Maybe this is a woman. Maybe she has a different idea on respect.
Secure, healthy, masculine, provider type men, the type of man that you want to be with, needs to feel respected in the relationship. So let's talk about what this looks like and how you can give a man respect in a way that he's going to lean in and want to provide more for you, okay? One of the core needs of a masculine man is to be respected. And the reason is because when a man feels respected, then he feels good enough and he feels valued. And guess what? That's a core need for all of us, right? We ladies want to feel valued and feel good enough too, but men are the same way. So the best way you can do it is through giving respect. So here's different ways you can respect a man. Number one, trust the process of getting to know him in the slow burn, and trust him. Men want to know that you trust him to make choices. to take care of himself, to handle problems, to be there for you, to, if he says he's going to do something, that he's going to do it. When he also wants you to trust that if you ask him to do something, he's going to do it. So if you ask a man to do something and he hasn't done it yet, you can use feminine communication. I have different tools for that, but you have to trust that he's going to take care of it. When you can trust a man, then he's going to feel like, oh, okay, she knows that, like, she can relax and I can take care of this. Number 2, active listening. Ladies, we interrupt men too much. Men love to tell stories. They tell us their opinions. They want to be able to have a place to open up to. And so when you're interrupting him, or you're telling him, oh, I've already heard that story before, or you're sitting there on your phone scrolling, or you're off gazing, or you're just going to, like, turn the conversation back to you, talk about your girlfriends and your problems, he doesn't feel like you're actually listening to him. Active listening involves you actually sitting there, listening, not waiting for, your turn to talk, but actually take in the information. You can even reflect things back to him, like, oh, I heard you say this, like, that's so interesting, can you tell me more? Active listening is a core need for both of us. And if you're sitting there thinking, like, well, he doesn't listen to me, sweetheart, then I want you to start leading and showing the example of what active listening is for a man. Trust me, it's going to go a long way. Number 3, respect his boundaries. If he says he can't hang out because he's got to go to the gym, respect that. If he says that he's got plans with the boys, let him do that. If he says that he's working super late at night so he can't give you a lot of attention right now, respect that. Okay? And also respect his need for alone time. Men recharge by being alone. A lot of men do. Men recharge by just having, like, nothing to think about sometimes. Sometimes they just want to gaze off. Like, us women are always thinking all the time. Like, so when you ask a guy, what are you thinking about? He says nothing. He's probably thinking about nothing. Like, give him that alone time. Give him that time to recharge. Give him that time to go into his man cave. Give him that time to do what he needs to do. Because when he can recharge, then he can be there better for you. Okay?
Now, before we get to number 4, I wanted to jump in here and say this. Everything she said is 100% right. It describes me and my expectations and the things that I appreciate, like, to a T. And I know every man I've ever talked to that I've talked to these types towards these types of subjects have the same response. Because we'll all crawl into the nothing box. We've talked about that here on the show, thanks to Emily King. And dudes do that. We escape into a nothing box. You all have everything in the world hitting you all at once. Dudes don't. Dudes can chill out, find emptiness, and that's how we recharge. We may paint models. That we may be painting an army full of models, and you know what? We're nowhere. We're not even probably actively thinking about the fact that we're painting these models. Dudes do that. So if a guy is having a good time, like, if you noticeably, the most disrespectful thing you can do if a guy is playing a game or whatever is to stop him from playing the game, or to unplug the video game, or whatever it is that I've seen a lot of ladies do on TikTok. Not only is it disrespectful, it takes away that valuable recharge time. I promise you can distract a man away from that if you really want to, but you can do it in a better way. And we're going to have future videos on that. But everything that she's said, I don't know. Do you ladies so far disagree with anything she said about how to respect a man?
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't.
Yeah,
I would almost add, take an interest in something he's interested in.
There you go.
too.
Yeah.
Even
Join
if it's just
in
the
video game.
Yeah. I mean,
Ask him
I
about what
wouldn't have
he's
played.
painting.
I wouldn't have played Dungeons and Dragons had I not taken an interest in my husband's like for it. So
Yeah.
you might find something you never thought you would be interested in if you take interest in something he likes.
Yeah, like kicking my butt in Mario Kart. Yeah, that's super fun at this house.
I grew up with all boys in my family, so I 100% agree with what she's saying. Like, yeah, they do retreat, they do recharge differently. They get annoyed if you're not listening, but we want them to listen to us. Like, or if you speak over them, I still have a problem with speaking over somebody, just because, like, that's how it is. Like, all the women in my family, like, just spoke over each other, but we could still follow the conversation. They don't like that at all. So I still have a problem with, like, talking over people.
I'm Middle Eastern. I grew up Middle Eastern. We talk with our hands. We talk loud. I'm the oldest of 8. We're all girls down to my brother. So, like, we're a loud family, and my husband's one of two in a very quiet, typical suburban family. So I'm just like, yeah.
I think that is that why you laughed when she said like don't talk over them. Yeah, that's why I laughed too.
Because it's still something I'm still working on. Even after being married 9 years, it's still something that I notice when he wants to come and talk to me, especially if it's not something I'm interested in. So like if he wants to come and tell me about the Pokemon he's captured in a game or fun facts about a comic, I might not be interested, but I'm trying to learn to be like attentive and listen to him and stuff like that. It's a work in progress.
I'm going to tell you, if you ladies master the idea of quiet when you're speaking to a man, just give him an extra 30 seconds before you say the next thing that you have already had in your head for 5 minutes. Don't, because you will learn more than you ever bargained for, because the man is getting ready. He's charging up to have a conversation with you that has a lot of depth and is going to give you insight and information that you probably consider valuable and you would love to have, but you never take that 30 extra seconds to be quiet and wait for him to finish talking, because we don't all talk at the same time. Speaking of which, we got to get through this. This is number 4. And again, this woman is cooking. She
Number
is doing
4,
amazing
support
stuff
his
here.
goals.
Let's check it out.
She's doing the Lord's work.
If he's a healthy masculine man, support them. Do not try to go in and take away, his towards his goals. Like don't try to get all of his time. If he's like, I need to go take care of this because this is better for us, or this is one of my goals, he's going to see that you're detracting from his life rather than adding to it. Ask him about his goals. How's that going for you? How's everything going with work? How can I support you with this? We really need to support our men's goals, especially if we want support, like provider type, secure, vision driven men. Ladies, we got to support them. And watch, when you support his goals, he's going to support yours too. Okay? Next, speak highly of him in public and avoid public criticism. If you've got an issue with your man, you better deal with it privately. I do not want you talking shit about your man to your friends, in front of him. Like, if you have problems, you need to deal with that at home, not in front of people. Men are going to be very sensitive to how you speak to him in public. We always want to build him up. If he says something embarrassing, just laugh it off too. Address it later. Like, who cares? He's a human being. We have to be speaking about our men positively in public. There's way too much content on this app around how shitty men are. When you wonder why they go into their caves, it's because we women aren't building men up. When you can build your man up and say how proud of him you are, compliment him. Tell him he's sexy. Tell him that you love how he just held the door for you. When you can build him up to say, like, I really appreciate how you're acting and how you're leading yourself right now, he's going to feel so appreciated. That is so important. And watch, he's going to treat you even better as a result, okay? Last one, show appreciation.
Okay, I'm going to say this. That's all true. Men love to feel appreciated. And if you do it publicly, especially in a situation that, he's trying to put his best foot forward. I mean, guys like that. I mean, this all seems like basic human instinct to me, but the fact that we have to have people recording it, that's surprising. Would you agree?
I think it goes to how people are raised. I think it goes to the example of relationships that they are raised around. Even though I'm raised by divorced parents, my dad is very much a believer of like, you open the door for women, you're a provider for women and stuff. So I was raised in that type. And I think there's a lot of broken homes. And I think social media plays a big part too, because it puts all the really awesome stuff, right? The nice vacations, the huge weddings and stuff, and actually not showing day to day of how relationships are. So
I think there's a reason that there's a lot of content out there that's disrespecting men, and women eat it up. Because they don't respect men. They're being taught to not respect men. Men are below them, and it's that whole like modern feminism type thing that that they're being taught. So they're taught to not respect men. They're taught to hate men, hate all men, whatever. So there's a reason for that. And those types of women are probably not going to find any man that, you know, they date acceptable or that they like. But no, she's everything that she said, I 100% agreed with. I do agree it does come to how you are raised, because I was always raised to, you know, respect the head of the household, which is my dad. And, you know, I did watch how my mom respected my dad and how she talked about him and stuff like that. So, I mean, it does come, a lot of it does come with how you are raised. I was raised in a more traditional family. So, I mean, that's just what we did. You know, you respect the man of the house, you respect the head of household. There's no disrespect coming to your dad whatsoever. And I think that, like, if you are dating with intention, if you are dating to marry, then respect for your husband, for your potential mate, and support of that person also just goes hand in hand. So yeah, I think that, like, support can go a long way. Supporting their short-term goals, long-term goals. I When I'm in a relationship, I love supporting and being like their number one cheerleader. Like, I'm always just like, you know, how can I help? Can I help? Can I do anything to help? Can I help? That's just how I am. I want to help them with their goals. And even if it's not anything that I can do, because it's like something at work, if it's something that I can do to like make their life easier so they can like think, not be so stressed out in other aspects of their life, so they're able to focus on their goal, then, you know, I'm going to try and do that. So like, support can go a very, very long way.
I would almost add encouraging too. So if they come up with an idea, something they want to do, and they're teetering on it, and you know it's going to be good for them, encourage them. Encourage them to get out of the house. Encourage them to do men things. Like, I encouraged my husband; he was really into fencing. Go for it. Like, go meet other men. Go do things that you're interested in. If it makes you feel better and you're happy, then I'm happy for it. Like, you should be encouraged just as much as they're probably encouraging you for your goals and dreams.
Yeah, and again, this is why the dating with intention is important, because you need to understand that the box you're putting yourself in, and you need to understand the other party that you're intentionally trying to get with. And with that, I'm going to say I had a great time. These ladies are brilliant. You should be finding them on their channels and supporting them there as well. Check out Nads at Horror with Nads. Thank you, Nadia, for being here today, and her description and everything else is down there in the description. You've also got Steph here from My Nerdy Home, another brilliant mind. It seems to be almost everywhere now when she's, not playing video games somewhere. And I want to say thank you for your support of Campione, as we've crossed over 200 subscribers in a very short period of time. Let's try to get to 1,000 here by the end of August, and try to get to 50,000 by the end of the year. That's a big ask, but you're champions, and each and every day go out there and be a champion. As always, from Campione Reacts, we're out.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you want to be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up.